So we where we left off, you guys were about halfway between Tehran and Isfahan, and there was a vehicle kind of stretched across the road, changing out a wheel, and Khan immediately realized it was a trap, and you guys ended up in a firefight with over a dozen guys on either side of this canyon. Um, though didn't I don't know. In a lot of ways, it wasn't much of a fight. Khan amazed you guys with more uh, eldritch esoteric power and basically held all the guys on one side in place, which made it a lot easier. And of course, then he dropped his cyclone on a bunch of them, and let's not forget Slim took one out specifically with a bazooka, which was both excessive and glorious at the same time.
So
But
satisfying.
Jibs.
you guys ended up a couple people did get hurt. Of course, Khan with his magical healing abilities was able to take the actual injuries away. Though Slim ended up with a scar. He now has a trick knee. So,
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun.
but there we are. You guys are standing in this ravine on the road. A bunch of dead guys around you.
So I think Slim is like dramatizing this a little bit, even though Singh got shot, but he just like twisted his knee or whatever. He's up, like he's leaning on Singh, and he's like, well, why ain't you been doing all that before? I mean, the tornado and the weeds. Were you hiding that from me?
Well, the tornado I've done before, or Khan has done before, right?
Yeah. But he's like, I don't know. I remember a scrap in Vienna when that would have come in handy.
Power has been growing in me.
Well, Walter speaks of it. He goes, "Oh, my good friend Slim, your gaze just has been somewhere else when these events have been happening. Now you know the truth."
Oh shit, guys!
What?
I gotta put a pause on this for a second. I'm sorry. I'm very disappointed in you guys. Last time we played, you were supposed to have me tell you the cucumber story.
Yes.
So I'm going to tell you this story real quick, and let me preface it to say that as a man who is in his mid to late 40s and has been married to the same woman for 25 years, it's a real joy when your wife goes into 15-year-old boy brain. And we were getting ready for the con that we did a couple weekends ago, and when I had gone to the grocery store, I saw a 3-pack of English cucumbers, and I said, "All right, I'm going to buy that." So I decided I was going to peel and cut these things up and bring them with us, right? Good healthy snack, better than chips, sure, even though it's mostly water. But anyway, so there's 3 of them, so they're in one wrapper, right? Okay, no big deal. Just stick your thumb through the top part of the wrapper, tear it off. Well, these 3 damn English cucumbers are individually shrink wrapped. Now, when I say individually shrink wrapped, I mean this cellophane or whatever it is, this plastic wrap is tight. I mean, it is tight and it is sealed. And you get a little bit of the end and you pull to try and tear it off, and it just tears off, and you don't even get into the damn wrapper. And I'm sitting here fighting with this thing for what feels like 10 minutes. And finally, I just go, for the love of God, who wraps up their cucumber? Without realizing what I was saying, of course. And my wife just starts snickering from the next room.
Amazing.
So
Is it like one of those Aldi
That's
ones,
awesome.
the long English ones?
yeah, exactly.
I've seen those things. They are hard to unwrap. And then you end up with a cut the length of your cucumber. Like,
So yeah, because that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to avoid actually cutting the wrapper off and somehow messing up the cucumber or whatever. And then it turned into a pride thing. My masculine pride wouldn't let it go. Damn it, I'm not going to use a tool for this. I'm going to get into this damn thing. And then I just got so frustrated. I didn't even realize what I said or the way I said it. And she just started like I said, she just started giggling. And I was just like, oh God. So, anyway, all right, continuing on. Sorry.
All good.
So Slim is going to go pick up all the weapons that he's like strewn about the road, brush them off, and like reload his duffel bag. And
Henry's going to rifle through the body of the leader, see if he can find any intelligence, any papers, anything.
you sound like you're underwater, buddy. I heard you, but just FYI.
How about now?
It's a little goofy sounding. Are you on on your new computer? Did you go buy that computer?
I bought it, but I haven't set it up yet.
Oh, okay. So it's not a new mic thing.
No, but I can.
I mean, we can hear you. It's not a big.
Yeah. It's just a little weird.
When you say weird, does it sound like I'm underwater or something?
Yeah, or like you're far away.
All right, I'll try and fix that in a minute. So let me say again, Henry is rifling through the body of the leader to see if he can find any intelligence, any paperwork or anything like that.
All right. Trying to figure out what I mean, it's So I'm looking over the skill list, and there's not really a skill or a focus involving searching, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like you look at insight observation, you've got observation, you have hearing, instinct, sight, and smell and taste. None of those things really apply when you're, giving someone a pat down or going through. I mean, I guess we could use instincts. So, all right, that's fine. Insight observation with instincts, difficulty 1.
Take a look on. Inside. Oh man.
No, you don't find anything.
Of course I didn't.
Oh. All right. So Slim like loads the car up, and he's like loading the bag, and he's got the elephant goad from India, where he like charged the guy, and he says, "Hey, Blecky, it needs a name. I don't have a name for this. I think that's why I couldn't connect. What about Goad Morning?"
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a great name.
oh my God. I think I just took a wound.
He stashes the stuff, and then he like pulls out a toolbox from his engineering or whatever, his mechanical kit, and then he like sort of exaggeratedly limps up the road, and he's like, "You want to get this car running?"
He's headed up to the
Yeah,
to
the car
the
block in the road.
bandit's car.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we want to do that?
I mean, it's just a tire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Slim's gonna just like get to work on replacing a tire.
All right. So that would probably be it'd be a vehicles roll for sure. Trying to decide what attribute would be most related. I'm open to suggestions on that.
I mean, it's I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm best in coordination, but
Well, let's do this. Why don't we do this instead? Make a reasoned vehicles roll with your car's focus, difficulty 1.
okay.
Holy shit. Okay.
Wow,
I
you
wasn't
shit
expecting
out that one.
that. To quote Scotty from Star Trek 6, there's nothing wrong with the bloody thing.
Well, she's foreign made, but she'll get the job done, I guess. And he closes his mechanic's kit. And actually, what kind of is it? Is it a shittier car than the one we're driving?
Yeah, it's probably, an old Renault or something.
All right. Well, she'll run, and he actually is there enough space to pull the vehicle off the road so they can get by?
Yeah, if you straighten it up and kind of move it off the shoulder such as it is, you could get it out of the way.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Not anymore. Lou?
You there, Baker?
I hear Hachi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hear me?
Yeah.
Man, we are fucking cursed. There's no way we could finish this game by.
I'm also getting an intermittent hum that's coming in and out, and I'm wondering if that's causing the problem and on whoever's on it. Anybody else hears that?
I mean,
Okay, you're a cat.
yes, that would be Vesper. It's possible my washing machine is running, in the next room.
No. It's an electronic,
Yeah.
It sounds like a short. Like I thought it was my speakers, but it keeps coming and going. It doesn't matter what I do with the volume.
It definitely sounds like a speaker distortion, yeah. Or some sort of interference.
What we get for trying to play on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So, let's just, as we're trying to fix this, I guess. Oh yeah, Marty just chopped off.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, there was nothing wrong with the car. Like the wheel they had taken off the car, there was nothing wrong with it.
Oh, okay.
So you just put the wheel back on, and if you're just looking to move it over to the side, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he'll rifle through and search, I think, the vehicle, but
Okay. Well, then you can make an inside observation roll, and I'll give you sight as a focus if you have it.
I like he also speaks up. He's like, hey, Slim, those wheels are they gonna fit our car in case we get a flat?
oh,
No.
okay.
No? Okay.
Nah. This is made in Tehran.
Good.
Okay, so I'm guessing I didn't find anything based on the failure.
Correct. Based on the fact that the players have flubbed every observation roll so far, yeah, it's going great.
All right. Well, in that case, we'll move the vehicle off the road. I think, Baker's searching the bodies. Are there any interesting weapons or firepower strewn about that would be notable?
Since you asked that question, Yeah, I'll give you an answer. Um,
Okay.
the without making you roll, because I would think you, having been in the army, would have this basic information. The um, the rifles are the rifles the bandits were shooting at you guys
Yeah.
are German 98Ks, the standard rifle of the German army.
Oh.
Now, in and of itself, that may not necessarily mean anything. I mean, let's be blunt. I'm sure they're for sale, you know? Whoa.
Sorry, it's my cat.
Yeah, there's that hum.
Well, my cat just attacked my mic.
Oh, okay.
Well, that can do it.
That's fine. This is my. So the cat's name is Vesper, but she only approaches you when you're taking a shit. So she became Potty Cat, which I shortened to PC, and now I call her PC Gamer. So it's gotten out of control. So. All right, so German 98Ks is. I wonder if it's worth loading a few of these in the vehicle for backups.
Oh, I would think so. I mean, we can just take them and ammo. It's good to have in case. We can always dump them.
Yeah, that's fine. If you wanted to, like I said, throw a couple. Like you said, throw a couple of those in the car.
Okay.
We won't worry about statting them right now. We can do it, later in life. But yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to speak for the two gentlemen that are currently not present, but God damn it, cat.
Who's not present? Oh, he's there.
Oh, he is there. Okay. I mean, I don't hear anybody else, but Jim.
He's being sneaky.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear.
Are you talking? Okay, so you guys are noticing that Marty VP is not here. Is that what you're talking about? I didn't know if you couldn't hear me talking.
You and Marty, I know, are having audio issues. So, yeah, I just moved the car aside, searched the car, failed the roll, found a bunch of German 98Ks all over the road that we're going to stash in the vehicle, and that's where we're at.
To be quite specific, how many of these things are you taking?
Well, I mean, there was like 12 bandits, right?
Yeah, there's 14 total. Yeah.
Let's just say 4 rifles.
Okay. I'll give you room for 4 rifles. Well, that's fine. Since no one's actually carrying them, they're just going in the trunk or what have you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're.
Turns
into low-level D&D. We need money. We take all their swords.
Yeah.
Yep.
And still trudge through the dungeon for 5 more sessions.
Been there, done that.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
It's not great, but we can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do I sound muffled?
Yeah. Are you using a laptop by chance? Or?
Well, I have a laptop. What's happening is that the laptop, first of all, I just had a dropout on the internet. My internet went down and came back. But what's happening is my laptop keeps switching the input from the headset to the microphone on the laptop. I'm having some trouble with that.
Same headset you've used before, huh?
Yeah.
So maybe it's doing something funky with the way it processes audio.
I don't know.
Is your a Faraday cage?
Yeah. Well, I know when you guys told me that my voice was going in and out, I changed a setting on my microphone, but I mean, it has settings, so I don't know headset does or not. It seemed to make a difference. And
How about now?
try again.
Can you hear me better now?
Same.
It's about the same. I mean, it's not horrible. I mean, we can work with it.
All right, I gotta figure out, but I don't have time for it now. Okay.
All right. So you guys continue on to Slim gets the car moved out of the way, and you guys continue on your way to Isfahan, I assume, unless there's anything further to do.
Yeah. Unless, is there any need to take two vehicles, or I mean, I don't want to complicate this more, but does that benefit us in any way?
I mean, we're in the middle of I mean, other than drawing more attention with a larger dust plume, I mean, taking two would give us a backup in case something happens again. Somebody sets up like a spike strip or nails in the road in the front vehicle.
Keeping in mind the other car is only a 2-seater.
Yeah. Oh, it's only a. Jeez, how the fuck did all those guys get out here then?
We're not going to worry.
Is there another vehicle around? There must be another. Or do they get dropped off by Uber?
Yeah, let's just take the vehicle that we got, and Slim will drive, and yeah, we're gonna make our way to Isfahan.
All right. Alrighty then. So, Isfahan is Isfahan's it's a rather impressive place. It's nowhere near the size of Tehran by any means, and it's certainly not as metropolitan. The it How should I put it? It looks mostly the way you would expect a Middle Eastern city to look, if that makes sense. A lot of the buildings are stone or even mud brick, that type of thing. Some of the newer construction looks a little more modern, but still with the same general aesthetic of the rest of the city, if that makes sense. Unlike Tehran, which has a much more modern, almost Western European look in certain parts of the city. But there's ancient mosques and old grain silos. The other thing that's really interesting as you start to make your way through the city, there are everywhere you look there are birdhouses. Now these things they're built on towers. They are on top of buildings and extend up into the air. And there's some that are at street level that go 20 feet up, that type of thing. But some of these other things are as high as 40, 50 feet tall, and there are pigeons everywhere.
Huh. Interesting. And would we have any insight into what this would be about?
I don't know.
Okay.
I would say if someone wants to see if they know the local lore on that, they could make a Reason Academia history check. It would probably be difficulty 2 for everyone except Khan, just because it's a little closer to home for him. If you guys are that interested.
No, I am.
You know what thousands and thousands of pigeons also bring.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to do that, Khan, that would be Reason Academia history focus if you have it, difficulty 1.
No idea.
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
Interesting.
It's going to be one of those days. You guys have made 4 rolls. You failed 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So Slim's like driving around town, and he's doing the slack jawed, touristy thing, and he says, "Well, where exactly you want me to put this thing down? Where we headed?"
So there was the temple, right?
So
It's nearby here, but it's not in the city, correct?
yeah, you're not exactly sure. You're not exactly sure where it is. What you do know is that there is a French archaeological
That's right.
expedition near Isfahan that currently has all the permits to do any archaeological work in the area, and you know that the city that you're looking for, the city of Var, is somehow buried underground. Like it was built that way. Um, Beyond that, you obviously don't exactly know what you're looking for. That and you think you're looking for perhaps an ancient Zoroastrian fire temple. Something about the fire temple leads to the city.
So I'm trying to picture the sophistication of the city. So it obviously smaller than Tehran, but you also said a lot of mud brick and so forth. Are there obvious civic centers?
Um, that's I'm not sure if Pilecki would necessarily know what a Persian civic center would look like. There are definite there's things that you would certainly notice is that the uh, mosques and whatnot, and there are obviously there's probably a couple Christian churches. There's a minority there, but those tend to be much grander in terms of construction, in terms of look, materials, aesthetics, stuff like that. Now, and keeping in mind, when I'm talking about mud brick and stone buildings that are mostly one level tall, this it's not like I said, the city isn't the size of Tehran, but it's still pretty sprawling. There's about 200,000 people who live here at this time. So 200,000 people when spread across small,
Sure.
yeah, I mean that's a pretty sprawling place of brown and beige.
Well, I'm guessing that anything important will be probably closer than farther away from the mosques. And so, can we see rising minarets anywhere? I mean,
Sure.
from our vantage, or why don't we head over towards that area? And I think we should try to find either a government office, or if we could find a popular restaurant, maybe we can even. The French love to eat and drink, right? So we can probably find out something
Well,
from a public place like that.
how about we find a place to shack up? Maybe a place with a bar, base operations. Weren't we supposed to talk to that feller?
Yeah, I didn't have notes for that, so I'm struggling to remember. I thought we were going to do a ruse with archaeology, University
Yeah,
of Vienna stuff.
yeah, we are. But the guy who works for the French,
Right,
Bertram Lane,
Yep.
Bertram Lane.
the man in charge of the expedition for the French.
Yeah. He's
So,
actually English.
right.
Right. But he's working for the French.
All right. Well, you just point me in the direction, and he just like follows Plecky's lead, and I think we like drive towards. He's just kind of like following. Uh,
The area that's just seems more developed than residential.
okay.
Yeah, so you would definitely so how to handle that? To kind of locate the part of the city you're looking for. I'm going to call this a reason observation with sight. Who wants wants to make that roll?
I actually have the sight. Actually,
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know why I have it, but I have the observation
Yeah, you
sight.
make-
Yeah, so reason observation I have, yeah, reason 11, observation 2 with a focus on sight. So
Yep. Difficulty
sounds
1.
okay. Let's see if we can break our streak here. Focus, yes. It's fun to be able to use a focus once in a while. Difficulty 1. Ah, nice.
Ah, very good. All right.
Getting some momentum too, so that's good.
Yeah, that puts you guys up to 3, just so you're aware. So, following Pilecki's direction, Pilecki, you're kind of watching for certain obvious signs, signs of newer construction, maybe a little bit of Western influence in the architecture, not to mention just watching the people around you. You start to get the hint that you're going the right direction when the construction looks newer, and when the uh, when the people that are out and about start to look, how should I put this, start to look less indigenous to the area.
Mm.
Um, and you definitely enter a section of the city that is more geared towards visitors, especially European ones. There's just no question in terms of for one, there's just more European people around. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want to make it sound like that there's just swarms of white Europeans walking up and down the road, but it's definitely more geared towards Western European interests, food, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Any obvious hotels?
Sure.
Slim, where would you like to stay?
Just looking at. Apparently, in Iran, they drive on the right side of the road. Interesting.
Yeah, they do in most parts of the world, honestly.
So I don't know. Slim and him banter back and forth, and he says, "Well, I don't know, Pilecki. Where would an archaeologist shack up? I'm just the driver."
Well, they think they do enjoy the finer things in life, so we should look for a hotel with a little bit above basic standards.
Well, shit, we can expense it to the university. And he holds up
Absolutely.
an envelope full of cash from Section M. And yeah, they zip around trying to find maybe like a nice, like a, I don't know, a higher end hotel.
Yeah, such as it is, I don't think that's a problem.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be. Exactly 4-star, Parisian, that type of thing, but definitely nicer than the average place around here. Shouldn't be any issue.
Okay. Um, so,
How much cash should we get anyway?
Enough to handle basic expenses. There's,
Okay.
obviously we don't track money in this game.
Right. Enough to grease some palms if we want info, though, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
all right. So we don't have Baker in our audio here, but I'm wondering if he can case the block while like we're checking in or whatever, and just kind of get like a sense of our relative safety or danger.
Yeah, it seems to be a very Baker thing to do.
Yep.
It's like he's trying to log in.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Much better now.
Yeah.
Very crisp.
Good. Not too loud.
Not too loud. Perfect.
Okay.
Baker, Slim had while you were disconnected, Slim had the suggestion that because you guys found a reasonably decent looking hotel, and he had the thought that Baker would probably case the block a little bit to see what you guys are dealing with if there's anything you need to be concerned about?
That would be in his nature. Yes, it would.
Yeah. So
Right.
I think it's simple insight observation, probably with a sight or instincts if you have it. Difficulty 1.
All right. We have any momentum?
3.
Oh. Well, since there's no real fighting going on at the time, oh crap! I got an extra die cost me 1 momentum.
Right.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
My experience is there's people trying not to be seen. Oh my god!
Oh no!
What did I ever do to anybody?
This place is perfectly safe and secure. There's nothing going on whatsoever. Just another hotel in the middle of Persia, in the middle of Iran, catering to Westerners. Nah, it's fine.
Freaking it!
All right.
This is fantastic, by the way.
Well, let's get it out of the way while we're checking into the hotel. Before
That's right. Eventually, the universe is going to turn the other way for you, right?
Yeah.
Man.
So I think whenever Baker returns to the lobby.
So we found a hotel that takes dogs.
Yeah.
It was
That's right.
In all that fighting, the dog didn't make a move, did it?
No.
It was in the car.
Yeah, chewing on a bone. You guys got this.
She can't get out of the car. Just a dog in the hot Iranian sun.
All right. Well,
all right. So when
we basically got a single lead, right? Bertrand. That's it.
When you return to the hotel, Slim's laughing loudly with the guy at the desk, who probably doesn't even speak English, but he says, "When I tell you, Hasib, if I say a hen dips snuff, you can look under her wing for the can." And then he laughs and he picks up a bunch of luggage, and
Yeah, I don't think the concierge or receptionist or whomever is there has any idea what you're talking about.
and he says, "Hey Walter, what room we got? I don't understand Arabic numbers."
Excuse me, I got to go off
Dude,
here.
that's hilarious. I'm laughing so hard over here.
Oh my lord! I believe it's 2:13, my friend.
And he
It's, by the way, it's funny how he said that, and there was about a 3/4 of a second of just dead silence.
That was me fumbling for the mute button because that was so funny.
All right, and I really get the sense that Slim's kind of pack muling, right? And he's going around this cramped corners, with 3 bags bumping into the walls and stuff, and shimmying around, working our way back to 213. And then when we have privacy, in the room or whatever, he says, "Well, where do we start looking for this Bertram fella?"
Well, what I think we need to do is first let's just start, with the hotel, and then we can go a little bit farther out. But I think if we talk to I'm sure it probably has a concierge, so maybe approach the concierge and we can ask them about where would somebody that would enjoy French cuisine might dine, or if they've seen any archaeologists in the area. I don't know. Let's poke around here for a little bit, and we can expand outward.
All right. Well, there's probably some kind of archaeological office, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's going to be. I mean, that's why I was looking for a civic center, because that would be, controlled by whoever, the mayor or the mayor's office would probably have jurisdiction over any kind of dig like that. If there's a museum in town, that's another thing. We can ask concierge for if there's a museum in town, because they would be involved then. If it's natural history, not natural history, if it was archaeology.
Wouldn't it be safe to say that that this temple where they're doing the dig, wouldn't it be famous for miles around?
Probably would be, but I don't know if we want to just roll up on it.
Well, that's true.
It'd be good if we could because I don't know that they might be staying. If it's far enough away, they probably stay out there instead of coming back every day. But they might come back every day.
I guess what I'm saying is, if we talk to the concierge and say, we've been traveling many places to see some of the great temples, and we've heard about your very famous, what was it, fire temple? Is that what it was? Guys, is fire temple? Is that what's in? My notes are still in a box.
I think the fire temple was separate from the dig site, though, wasn't it?
Oh,
let me see.
Yeah, but we may or may not know that there's a dig site. That might tip people off, but if we say there was a famous temple, I don't know. I'm just trying to, if we talk like we're,
well, that's a good point.
Like
that's a good point.
Tourists, and maybe he would give us volunteer some information.
Oh
yeah, no, you're right, because I'm not sure. Is this dig site? Is it like a secret government project, or is this like a general? I can't remember.
No, I mean the major at the British consulate was aware of it. Even though it's a French project, he knew up front that that Lane and the French organization he works for is the one that currently has the permits for archaeological digs near Isfahan. So
okay, so it's an above the table thing. It's not,
maybe a common knowledge that Mission d'Archéologie de Persia has the
what he said
has the permit. Okay, well, I'm just thinking.
I don't speak French. I know enough Spanish and enough German to be dangerous, but that's about the limit of it.
Does it seem like the staff is fluent in English enough to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's probably a number of other languages spoken amongst the staff as well. Again, catering to Europeans, and Persia at this point in history has quite a few Europeans here. So
what I'm thinking is it would be common for tourists like us who study archaeology and are making the rounds to talk to the concierge about some of the local activities about the temple. And we heard there's a dig ongoing, and just generally ask for the best sites to see, so that for us to study. And then he might offer some information. He might even offer some names of people that we could talk to or see, or he might tell us it's very difficult to do what you want. You have to go here to get permission and stuff like that. He might have some of that information. Who's got the best? I guess it would be, if you're trying to be trying to get that information. First of all, you guys are the academic type, so you would be the ones most obvious to ask questions about it. Who's got the best? I guess it would be.
I mean, persuasion would be the.
It
You know,
would
I
be
pretend to be
reason,
an
persuasion,
archaeologist in the
something like
game.
that.
Right. I pretend that my character pretends to be an archaeologist in the game, but he really doesn't know much about it. He's an
I play
academic.
one on TV.
Yeah. He's really an occultist that kind of.
Right, but so your reason persuasion number is what?
Yeah, persuasion. My persuasion is mine is 11 and 3, but no focuses, so that's pretty
Still,
high.
14 is pretty darn good.
Yeah, persuasion would probably usually fall under willpower, though.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm 12 and 3.
Oh, well, fine.
All right,
that way.
15,
I
pretty
guess
good.
it's me. I think you're it. Unless somebody has one of the focuses and is a little higher. I don't know, Con, where are you at on this?
I am a 13, but I have deceive as persuasion. I don't have.
Charm would be the best one, I think.
I don't have the positive one. I have the gloves come off one.
Right.
All right, well, one of you
Yep.
guys, I think,
This
should
is me.
talk to the concierge and sweet talk him. And
Yeah, so I'm not gonna. I'm a little slow this morning. I'm just getting rid of my stupid lung thing that's been going on. I'm not sure if it's bronchitis or what, but anyway.
Sucks.
So yeah, I'll head down and talk to the concierge and act like an informed, maybe even an academic that's on a vacation and trying to see some more
The
out of the
only
way.
blind archaeologist in the Mideast.
Exactly. Well, it was a wound. It wasn't born this way. I still have the knowledge. That's right. I forgot. Well, no. That was a ruse, right? So I'm not playing blind.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
No, you didn't do that. You don't do
Yeah.
that all the time.
I haven't done that since the boat, I think.
I think you're right.
After that.
All right, so very good. So make a willpower persuasion roll, and yeah, I think charm is the one that makes the most sense. I don't think anything
Yeah, and I
else.
don't have that, so it's just will persuasion.
Yep.
So we do.
Difficulty 1's fine.
Will. And you said persuasion. No focus. Difficulty 1.
And Slim's helping out with the ruse because he's standing over in the corner, over and leaning against the wall, trimming his fingernails with a big knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your typical archaeologist tourist.
Right.
Yeah, the concierge, he's aware that there is a dig ongoing. It's just a couple miles east of the city, where the foothills to the mountains begin. He when it arrived, they actually checked into this hotel for a day. They arrived late in the afternoon, spent one night here, and then they left. That was about a week ago, and they haven't returned. But it is known that it's an ongoing dig. Once in a while, someone comes back to town for supplies.
So did you say that a group of them left about a week ago and haven't been back?
Yeah, a week ago they arrived into Isfahan. They checked into the hotel for a night, and then they left the next morning and went to their dig site to the east.
So they don't come back here, huh?
Correct.
Just supplies once in a while. It's odd. Why would they stay out there? Anyway, okay. I thank them and I relay this info to the rest of the group. And I look to see if there's anything else that talks about any kind of pamphlets or anything else that might be relevant to what we're talking about around the area.
Inside observation with a sight focus, difficulty 1.
Man, I'm on a roll today.
Yeah. put you at 4 momentum. There's a rack in the lobby that has maps of the city. There's pamphlets on tourist spots. There's visit all 39 of Isfahan's amazing mosques. But no, there are pamphlets that talk about historical sites. I mean, because Isfahan and Tehran have been. I mean, Isfahan at one point was a regional capital for the Turks, and it's changed hands so many times in thousands of years. So it in terms of what you're looking for archaeologically speaking, not specifically. It's mainly focuses on historical stuff within the city itself.
So nothing like historical points of interest like the.
Nothing really relating to what you're looking for.
Okay,
Did
I'll
did
pick
you
up the maps and stuff anyway.
did you ask him if there's a local museum?
Well, that's kind of what I was looking for too. Is like because normally like a museum and stuff would be advertised in these racks. I didn't ask.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You would think if they had a museum, it would be a point of interest for tourists.
Yeah, but we need to. I mean, the site's where we're going, right? So, is it what time of day is it?
It's late afternoon, based on how long it would have taken you to get here. Because I think you guys spent the night in Tehran. You left early in the morning, and it was a 350-mile drive, I think. So you got to figure that's going to, on the type of ground you were taking, that was going to take at least 7 hours. So it's at least
Plus, we ran into some car trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
it's got to be 4 in the afternoon.
And is it fall, winter?
It's December.
It's December.
December. Yeah, so it's going to get dark like now. I'll defer to you guys on whether we want to head out or stay the night.
Funny enough, I was researching cocktails of 1940 Iran. And it says that apparently the screwdriver was invented in Iran. Legend has it that this cocktail first appeared in the late 1940s in Iran, where parched American oil engineers working in the desert supposedly added orange juice to their vodka and stirred it with the nearest thing to hand, usually a screwdriver.
Oh.
That is awesome.
Everybody else is looking for museums and historical sites and archaeological information, and Slim is looking up cocktails.
He's giving a screwdriver at the bar right now.
Yeah, I'm just trimming my nails, grabbing a drink.
So let's just review. Okay, so I apologize, my mushy brain. So we've got a potential artifact we need that's at this dig site or somewhere around it, possibly under the mountain where the city is. Correct?
Theoretically,
Right.
Get more info. if you want.
We know that the French are in charge of the site with a British guy who's the lead. We failed a roll to see if there was anybody following us or anybody nefarious outside. I don't know that we want to traipse off in the middle of the night without knowing if anybody's following us to the place where we want to eventually get to. Do we want to spend the night observing and hopefully get a positive roll of one of these times to see if we notice anything out of the ordinary?
Well, we don't know that nobody's following us, right?
That's right.
Well, it's true, but I mean,
From an in-game perspective, Baker, who is utterly confident in his capabilities, says that it would probably say
there's nothing there.
around. That's right.
Yeah, I suppose so. But it is. I mean, I don't know. Real life, I don't know that I would head off in the middle. When it's getting dark, off to a place we don't know about, and just show up and say, "Hey, can we see the?"
Sure.
And we might learn something if we hang out at the hotel or go in a small radius around it this evening.
Sure.
I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I mean,
Just so you know, we figure it's about 4 in the afternoon. Sunset in Isfahan, Iran, typically occurs in December between 5 and 5:15 p.m.
Right, that's okay. It's 2 miles away, so yeah, I mean, we'd get out there and then it would start getting dark. The other thing is that, I mean, I don't know. I won't go down that. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know.
So Slim's at the bar cart, and he's like making something, and he's like, "Huh, god damn!" And he like leans over and he like pulls a screwdriver out of out of his pocket, and he's like stirring his drink, having just invented the screwdriver, and
Epic.
and he says, "Oh, that ain't bad. Well, the way I see it, we got the cover of darkness. Should we check it out now? Do we want to go incognito, or do you want me to blast through? We got a couple of extra rifles, one for each of us. Cut our way through some of these, well, some more bandits, perhaps? Or do we go sneaky snake like with Baker?"
I'm partial to the sneaky part.
God damn it. Wipes off the screwdriver and puts it back in his pocket. All right, well, in that case, I guess we are spending the night whining and dining.
Well, wouldn't that fit in with our? We're just stupid tourists, Ossifer.
It's true.
So if you're a tour, if we're an archaeological tourist who likes to see sights, we wouldn't run off in the middle of the night. We would hang out and have a nice dinner and enjoy ourselves. We're on a vacation, darn it.
I think he's right. Personally, we got to play the part.
Yeah,
I don't see archaeologists trudging around in the dark.
Because remember, our first approach is to try and find this Bertrand Lane and try and sweet talk him. Of course, that won't work, but try and sweet talk him and get some information and see if he could let us know some stuff and, be his chum. We got to try that approach before we, start killing everybody in sight, taking over the place.
all right. Well,
Never thought I'd hear Henry say that.
what exactly do you propose we do with the evening?
Well, what is there to do? I would think that a town of 200,000 has, medium to seedy hotspot that we could get some drinks and at the same time scout out if there's any seedy characters hanging around.
Now, I'm amenable to that. I already started.
Oh, by the way, was that screwdriver rusty?
Knowing
Easy.
Slim, probably.
All right, what do you guys think? Well, we could. Well, we don't know anything. We don't have any contacts here unless we want to create a truth, and I don't think that's necessary. We have some momentum, though, right?
You have 4.
We do. I think so.
Yeah, 4. Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, listening.
okay.
That's thinking. I'm trying to think of what kind of truth might help us out if we use some momentum to make a truth. Something simple, don't you think? Oh, Henry's. I'm going to try something else before I make a truth.
Okay.
Henry's going to approach the concierge and speak German.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so he's going to go to the concierge and in German he's going to say to the concierge, Guten Tag. I hail from Berlin, and I was wondering if there is a place around town where my fellow Germans might congregate.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
if he doesn't understand German, of course, I got no problem then saying it in English with a German accent.
No, he he definitely understands you. He replies with an apology that his German is not that fluent, and there's no doubt that between his vocabulary, his grammar, and his enunciation, it is rather barbaric, uh, uh, from a German sensibility standpoint. But to answer your question, no, he's not really familiar of any place that Germans specifically tend to congregate, as you put it.
Is there anyone else behind the desk? Is there another assistant with him?
Not at the moment.
Okay. What does it cost to create a truth?
2 momentum.
All right. I'm going to use 2 momentum to create a truth that, although he doesn't know, he knows there's a guy working there who knows.
Nice.
Sneaky bastard. Okay. All right.
And I'll say, okay, well, maybe you're not aware, but does anyone work here who might know that?
He he stops and thinks for a moment, and he says, "Give me just a moment." And he sticks his head, through a back office, and he shouts for somebody, and another guy comes up front. Obviously, I'm not prepared for this incident, so I don't have a name handy. I should always keep my name generators up. But a quick answer, yeah, he recommends a place. He tells you where it is. It's in the city, probably 10 minutes walk away. A corner cafe that stays open till about 7 p.m.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It'll make our evening very enjoyable if I can meet some compatriots from my country. And he gives both the dudes a tip.
Okay.
Although I probably shouldn't have done that, but they're appreciative.
Well, I guess it depends on. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on.
I don't know what the local culture is, but
I don't know either.
tipping in Europe is generally not a thing.
Yeah, that's
right.
a very American thing.
I notice you never tip your driver.
You want a tip, Slim? Pointy end goes in the other guy.
That's right. All right, gentlemen. Would you like to take a walk and pick up some dinner and have some drinks?
Well, you don't have to ask me twice.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Sounds good to me.
I'm painting like a lizard on a hot rock. Let's go.
That's good. How long have you been waiting to use that one?
I just scroll through this list and I find something and keep it in reserve until
That's great. All right, so we're going to take the recommendation. We're going to head to this cafe.
Yeah.
We're just meandering tourists going to this place, and
it's called the Cafe Kranzler.
Kranzler.
Yeah. Kranzler.
Kranzler.
Cafe Kranzler.
It's a corner spot that is set back from the road a little bit, giving room for tables outside, and because of course, let's be blunt. While it is December, you're in Iran, so
Yeah.
December in Iran is still rather comfortable by all standards. Um, it the everything about the cafe definitely speaks of modern, something built recently, and definitely very German in terms of decoration, even down to the chairs and tables. Heavy wood construction, no upholstery, very solid. Designed to inspire correct posture, that type of thing.
Okay. That's funny.
Well,
Um,
if you can't tell, I'm someone who has very recently done some substantial research on German furniture of the 30s and 40s. It was very uncommon for the Germans to cushion or upholster their furniture.
Very interesting.
Oh yeah.
It was meant to be functional and reinforce proper etiquette. It was not meant to be comfortable.
Very German. All right, so remind me. I know Pilecki speaks German,
Everybody
and
but Khan.
everybody but Khan speaks German. Okay.
If what Slim does is speaking German
Yeah.
with a Texan accent.
About that.
That reminds me, we had a lawsuit, and we had sent one of our Americans to the French shop, heavy component shop, to oversee the fabrication of some stuff. And we're in this lawsuit, and I'm on the stand for 8 hours. I was in questioned for 8 hours on the stand.
God. Wow.
And the other company's lawyer said, do you have a Mr. So-and-so that resides at your shop in France? I said, yes. Does he speak French? And I'm thinking about the guy's southern drawl. And I said, well, he would like to think so.
Guy's like, hey.
That's right.
Okay, so well, later I said,
I
hey,
can hear
it's
Slim now. Sorry, howdy, Je m'appelle Slim. I mean,
well, I told the lawyer, I said, well, wait a minute. It's not fair to rip on him because he's not here to defend himself. And he said, well, you'll be happy to know that these proceedings are sealed. Okay, so I suggest that we bounce back and forth between English and German. Obviously, we're tourists.
Sure.
And I'm the only one who, I don't know. We never discussed how Pilecki's accent is. He's Polish, right?
Correct.
So we've never discussed whether he has an accent or not, but we've already established that Henry's is clearly a Berliner type accent. So,
yeah, I would imagine I probably have an obvious accent.
But it's okay for us to be who we are. I'm the only one who's really gonna, play up that I'm German. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's go on. Are there people sitting outside when we get there?
Sure.
In the tables? And if we listen in, are they eating or are they mostly drinking?
It's a combination.
Okay.
This place clearly serves very a not so much meals, but traditional German fare from the standpoint of
Bar food.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is fine for us. All right. So basically, I looked to the crew. Hey, you wanna sit out or you wanna go inside? Wink, 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 wink. So as I open the door, I'm assuming the door to the inside's open because they want airflow, right?
Right.
And as we as I open the door, I'm assuming the door to the inside's open because they want airflow, right? And as we as I open the door, I'm assuming the door to the inside's open because they want airflow, right? And as we as I open the door, I'm assuming the door to the inside's open because they want airflow, right? So as we start to walk through the tables to go inside, if we listen to the conversations of the banter, what languages do we pick up?
Mostly German. There's definitely some conversations in English. There might even be one or two in French and Russian. Even though you guys may not speak the languages, obviously you would recognize the difference.
Okie doke. Um, so we I guess we go on in, and is there some kind of someone serving as a
Surely.
Shirley?
Yeah.
She's there. Yeah. All right. So whoever run into, I ask in my best German if we could have a table that would seat us. We're four, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the four of us.
Yeah, there's certainly no shortage of the place is busy, but there's definitely room. There's a table available, kind of off to the left.
Oh, okay. Cool. So we'll sit down at the table and um,
There's no nobody in military uniforms in here.
No.
well, that's no military uniforms.
Military, police, anything like that? No.
Mm-mm.
Hmm. All right.
That's good to know.
Except for Khan, who wears his uniform.
So
I'm an
being,
archaeologist.
so being a German establishment, Heinrich asks if if we have some good, solid German beers available.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of options. Good heavy stout if you like, or that is not a problem.
Y'all got one of them skis you can drink off of?
Shot ski.
Or the boot?
Well, Heinrich's going to skip. He's partial to pilsners, but he's going to skip a pilsner because a good pilsner is generally kept cool, and he finds that hard to believe that would have been the case. Be some serious spoilage, so I doubt that you find one. But yeah, a stout would be good. So he orders up a beer.
Yeah, my beer knowledge is shockingly limited. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. But and there's some different box, but basically you're looking at beers that will stand up. If it's a true German beer, then it was shipped there, it wasn't made there, and so that would rule out some beers because they'd spoil.
Right.
Period. Even in the 40s with refrigeration, it's hard to believe someone would spend that kind of money. Anyway, we're just playing it safe. Nobody wants an upset stomach, right? It would be bad to have diarrhea tomorrow when we're on the trail.
So, listening, the rest of the patrons, I'm guessing German, speaking
Mostly.
German.
Yeah.
Since I understand that eavesdropping, using observation, anything that I can hear.
Yeah, that's fine. Insight observation, hearing, focus, difficulty 1.
Okay, and as he's doing that, I also want to say that I'm leaning into
First failure of the
What
day.
happened? Oh my gosh.
I didn't hear anything.
All right. Well,
It's too many conversations going at once. You can't pick them apart.
okay. Well, then I guess we'll order some food. I'm going to lean into English conversation with my comrades at the table to discuss, I don't know, I'll get Walter and Khan to start talking about archaeology and fascinating topics. Slim and I will, at least hopefully Slim and I can't speak for Slim. Henry will act as if he is extremely interested in what they have to say while we wait for some food to show up, some noshes or whatever. And meanwhile, Henry's going to scan around the room, see if he um, picks up anybody who seems overly interested in us or any mannerisms that stick out to him.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you get? What do you get for invoking a truth for just a general?
If you like, for instance, if you were to invoke your trick knee scar, it grants you a fortune point for an immediate use on a roll.
An immediate use.
Correct.
Yeah. If you use your scar, if you want to create a truth, it takes 2 momentum
Or a fortune point.
or a fortune point, and it's at the discretion of, our magnanimous GM.
Mhm.
But we had. I thought we had 2 momentum left.
Correct.
Yeah,
And
we have. So if you want to invoke a truth,
well, and that fortune point is that that to be used on your own roll or somebody else. It could be
It's supposed to be used on your own roll.
okay. All right.
What did you have in mind?
Well, I'm just in my role playing mind here. So I think while like Baker's ordering beers and food or whatever, I think I want to invoke my truth. Like speaks American, thinks he speaks German.
Mm.
Right? And he's kind of she asked him like and for you, sir, asking about beer.
Right.
And he's like, well, hell, darling, I'm as rough as a cob. I'll take whatever you got. And my friend here, he's so skinny he can stand twice and make a shadow. And he's like, can we get like a big pretzel or something for him? And he slaps Pilecki on the back. and just general, he just doesn't blend in well. And
Yeah, good idea, Slim.
my hope was to elicit some suspicion, just for fun. But maybe we could apply.
Is that like hogging the spotlight?
He's not doing it intentionally, but do you think we can do that?
Well, I think. You know what? Let me hold on one second. I'm gonna flip your character sheet real quick if you don't mind. So if you're on a certain page, sorry. Makes my life a little bit easier than what I was going to go check out. Oh, of course, to get back at my.
Where I was kind of thinking was like Slim is just always obvious, and maybe Baker would be able to like key in on people keying in on him.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So make a willpower persuasion check. I guess the focus on it would be. I think you could use either charm or deceive.
Okay.
Difficulty is 1.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. All right, cool. So yeah, you're definitely drawing your incredible Texan accented German is definitely drawing attention. I think the woman taking your order, the waitress, barmaid, whatever you want to call her, is probably got getting a bit of a condescending smile. She might think you're kind of cute, but at the same time, you're definitely some kind of ridiculous American yokel. And uh, there's definitely people in the cafe that are hearing you go on and giving you a bit of a side eye, shall we say? Um, so on that note, Henry, if you want to make an inside observation, I'm good with that.
Yep. And he
Um,
generated a momentum, right?
yeah, you guys have 3.
All right. So I'll use one for an extra die.
Okay.
So insight, observation.
Difficulty. I'm sorry. This is my fault. I should have told you. Difficulty would have been 3, but because of Slim, I'm reducing it to 2.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And does a focus apply? Sight?
Sight, if you have it. Yeah.
Okay. Difficulty 2. 2, 2, 2, 2.
Ooh, did you get it?
Complication.
Complication.
Nice.
But you did get it.
Yes.
So
Is there?
whoever he is, he's very good at what he does. There's a man in a reasonably decent but not expensive suit off to one side, with a newspaper, of course, because that's what they do. Drinking a cup of coffee. You realize he's not really drinking it; it's mostly just sitting there, and he, more than seeming to keep an eye on you, you actually notice when Slim starts doing what Slim does, and he kind of looks up, and you actually see him look at not just Slim, because Slim's drawing people's attention. He doesn't just look at Slim; he actually looks at all 4 of you.
Oh man.
Kind of, you see his eyes shift from face to face to face. Seems to be a glimmer of recognition there. He does not see that you see him, that you notice him.
Okie doke. And I assume I don't recognize him as anyone I've seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a character watching us.
Very nice. Drinking a coffee at 7 p.m.
I guess Slim might think that's a bit nefarious.
I drink coffee at 7 p.m.
That's funny.
On the other hand, we also know the hell I've put you guys through, so there you are.
All righty. So without telling them who, I just quietly let the guys know that someone's very interested in us. And
Well, if you keep a low profile.
well, I guess we could have kept an absolute low profile if we had just stayed in the hotel and all night and left in the morning. But on the other hand,
Do we have any idea if this guy walked in after or before us?
No, he was there.
He was there.
You guys have probably only been in here for a few minutes.
yeah, this dude probably keeps an eye on all the goings on.
He's by himself? Is he by the bar?
Or he's at a table.
Oh, he's at a table.
So, okay. So, if we look around, what kind what types of people do we have here? Do we have what kind of dress? Is it varied? Are there does it look like there's expat workers or they're locals? You said it's mostly Germans.
Right.
So are they touristy looking or are they worker types?
An even mix.
Okay.
You've got the people and you got the guys in the workaday, trousers and shirts with rolled up sleeves, and then you've got people in linen suits that definitely look like they're dressed for comfort, and yeah. So it's like I said, it's a mix.
Okay. Um, okay. Well, guys, you guys are the smarty pantses.
Assuming
don't
that everybody's done eating.
Well, we've only been there a few minutes, so we're
Well, I'm
just.
just wondering if we're going to do anything.
Oh,
Things
we're
I'll
going to
pull
do
out
the
the
whole thing.
napkins.
All right. I guess there's not much. I mean, the question is, now that we know this dude is interested in us, what do we want to do? We want to do anything about it? Do we want to, or do we just want to file that away? What do we want to do with that information? Because we don't necessarily want to jump to the conclusion that but he's German. I guess I am kind of jumping to the conclusion maybe he's one of the Nachtwolf guys, keeping an eye on what's going on in town. You guys got to remind me because I didn't take good notes last time. We know that Nachtwolf is around the area. Did we know if any of those guys were at the site, or were they working at the dig or not?
I don't believe we have information on that.
All right, we just know we just knew from the consulate. We just knew that they're around.
You didn't have any specific information on Nachtwolf, no?
Oh, not on Nachtwolf.
No, there
Okay.
the German presence in the city, and matters must remain civil, per Major Reed.
Right. We know. Okay. We know. Yeah, we know that part simply because
technically the world's at war, just not here.
Not around. Right. At the moment.
Yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I guess we just file that information away. I think what's important is maybe when we prepare to leave, what that guy does. So, I think we should eat and have some drinks and act like tourists. And I'm listening intently to your stories and interest about the various archaeological sites that we've seen and what you hope to see, and see if that discussion generates any more interest other than this guy. And we'll just play it like that.
Okay.
All right. So we'll basically just hand wave the rest of the conversation in the evening and everything at the cafe.
Yeah, and I'm, Henry's keeping an eye out to see if anyone else seems to be interested in our discussions.
Sure. So yeah, nothing really else seems to occur. And he seems to have gone back to his newspaper. You guys kind of reach an end. You guys have eaten and done your thing. It's getting close to closing time for the cafe, or at least in the last hour or so. If you guys get up to leave and head back to the hotel,
Well,
that's
I'm assuming there's toilets in here someplace.
I'm sure.
All right. Henry Henry quietly says quietly says to the guys that I suggest that you pay the bill, and I'm going to head to the toilet, and then I want you to give me a minute, and then pay the bill, and get up and leave and head towards the hotel, and I'll be behind you.
All right.
So Henry stands up. He asks the waitress where he might find the facility, and he heads back. I'm assuming it's in the back someplace.
Sure.
All right, so he heads back there, and he enters and shuts the door, and then he waits about 30 seconds, and then he cracks the door open and looks out and watches as his guys leave.
Okay.
Can I just say this is a great callback to episode 1? I love this maneuver.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
All right, so yeah, we'll pay, and Slim will probably be, I don't know, obnoxious with the waitress, and then he's probably had a boot of beer at this point.
Right.
So Henry's watching those guys.
Hold on. Slim didn't have
Oh.
something to say to the waitress, like,
Oh.
if you ever want to have more fun than a clown at a rodeo or something, equally ridiculous.
First off, he's having dinner with his future father-in-law.
Oh, that's true.
Playing it cool.
Oh shit, that's very funny.
So you guys are heading out the door.
Yeah.
All right, Henry's watching. He's watching the dude.
Nothing happens.
He just stays sitting there drinking his coffee.
Yep. Which has got to be very cold by now.
All right, so Henry is going to walk out of the. Henry's going to walk out of the toilet. Oh, that's French. Sorry. He's going to walk out, and he's walking along, and he goes by the guy's table. He looks down, and he says in his best Berliner German, "But Herr, gentlemen, your coffee is."
Did you just call him a butt hair?
Yeah, your coffee is clearly cold. Let me have that freshened up for you. And he calls the waitress over.
Nice.
More cafe for my good friend here.
He puts his hand over the top of the coffee cup of the mug, and he looks you right in the eye and says, "I prefer it cold."
Whoa.
Oh shit!
But thank you.
Oh, ouch.
What is German for toilet anyway?
Oh, you know what? I don't remember. I've
It's
spent a lot of time there.
Could be a couple things. If you
I actually used to know this.
Das Closet would be for the lavatory. Apparently, according to what I'm being told, the word toilet in English is actually
Toilet.
derived from French.
Right.
Toilet.
And the German name is the German word is the same. Might be pronounced a little bit differently.
Oh man, A public convenience in German? That's a long one.
Well,
Bedürfnisinstalt or something. That's a long one. Oof. No wonder they don't ever go to the restroom. All right. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, the
most things
Germans.
in German take longer to say, though.
Apparently, the Germans say toilet too.
Yeah, that's what I'm
All
saying.
right.
Anyway.
All right, that was an aside. I lost my train of thought. Hold on a second.
Well, you're currently embroiled in like a very tense Mexican standoff with another psychopath.
With another psychopath? Are you implying that Henry's a psychopath?
Henry looks directly in the guy's eyes and says, I've been traveling a bit recently with my colleagues, and I haven't kept up on the news. What's of primary interest in the newspaper today?
He folds it up and holds it out to you and says, I'm not sure. I haven't felt much desire to read today. But here, you're welcome to it.
Well, Henry takes.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I'm going to shut up right now.
Henry takes the newspaper.
Everyone goes, ooh, Pilecki gets to do the thing.
Henry takes the newspaper.
Okay.
And he said, well, on one hand, I'm a little surprised. You spent the entire evening looking at that newspaper. I was sure that you might have a few headlines for me, but more to the point, I do understand that maybe you were a bit distracted by your interest in my colleagues and I. And Henry looks right at him and says, I am a bit interested in what you found so fascinating. And so Henry's trying to use his will and persuasion to get him to give some kind of response or hint of who he might be. And my talent, I have the subtle cues talent, which on a persuasion test reduces the cost of my first D20 to 0.
Right. So you basically get 3 dice for free.
And how much momentum do we have?
3, 2.
All right, so I'd like to use the next 2 to buy another die.
So you're going to have 4 dice.
4 dice. So will, persuasion.
Yeah, and you're going to use intimidation. And I will tell you your difficulty in just a moment.
Okay.
Difficulty is going to be 3.
Okay. All right, so I don't want to metagame it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Knowing the difficulty's 3 would be an indication to Henry that this guy is a tough nut and not easily intimidated. And he might have backed off, but that's really metagaming. How would Henry know that? Let's see. Okay. All right, this is probably a abject failure, but we'll try it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
2 more
With 2
complications.
complications.
Uh.
Oh my lord. You got a fortune point if you want to redo it.
That's true. That's true. If you wanted to, because you had 2 successes. So what was that? Looking at your dice, that would have been the 9 and the 12.
Yeah.
Um, so you could spend a fortune point and re-roll 2 of those dice if you wanted to, the 18 and the 20.
The problem is generating more complications because all I'm doing is building you up threat or something. And second, to be honest, I'm not sure what information I'm going to get out of the guy that's going to help us. And the fortune point might be more important later.
Might be. So yeah, I get you know, I guess one of the side bonuses, if you were to spend a fortune point to re-roll those 2 dice, you stand a strong possibility, even if you don't succeed, you do stand a strong possibility of getting rid of the complications, right?
Yeah.
So
True.
there is a side benefit there, but I don't want to push you. You make that decision.
I've got the newspaper for Walter. Maybe that's enough. All right. I'll just uh, I'll just smile at the guy and say, "Well, it was very nice to hear a friendly voice. I miss my fellow countrymen and the sound of the German language. Uh, so thank you very much. I'll read this with great interest."
He he just nods. He doesn't say anything else. Clearly satisfied that he's won this contest of wills.
Okay. And I'll walk out and catch up with the guys.
Okay.
Amazing. That was like a Inglorious Bastards level.
Yeah.
Well,
You have to kill this guy.
what's that?
I thought you were going to have to kill this guy.
Well, we were in a
He's
bistro with all
polite.
these people around.
Henry says the night is still young.
Yeah,
I know, but, you know, like,
that's
be like you know, he follows you back into the kitchen or something, and there's a, you know what I mean? Some spy shit.
so. The paper will be handy. Walter can use his magic on the newspaper, so that was a good benefit. Henry will tell you guys as we're walking back to the hotel. I thought if he thought we were so interesting, I kind of thought he might leave and follow, and then that would have been a mistake on his part, because of course I clearly would have physically persuaded him to stop and speak with me. Okay.
Well, we have his paper. Maybe now
Yes.
Walter can melt his own brain.
Walter can do his
Yeah,
thing.
maybe. You know, at least
Hey,
figure
Walter's done a good job building up his courage, so I have every confidence that he can stand up to it. All right, so I think that's the deal. I guess the only other thing is, I guess on our walk back to the hotel, we should keep an eye out for if someone's following us. But other than that, I think we should get back to the hotel and let Walter do his thing on the newspaper so we can learn who this guy is, or at least where he's been, what he's been doing.
Hell yeah, nice move.
Okay.
All right, so is there a talent that is there a talent is there a talent for if you're trying to figure out if someone's watching you that gives you a benefit?
I always
I don't
feel
remember.
like
Probably observations.
Well, I meant a specific talent that gives you gives you some advantages, seeing if you're being watched or whatever.
I don't think anything specific about that.
I just wondered. Anyway, all right. So I guess on the walk back, Henry will do one observation, unless someone has better observation than me, which I think might. My insight observation is 12 with a focus on sight. Somebody else better?
I'm at 15.
Yeah, why don't you
With
take
a focus on instincts.
Okay, why don't you take a look, and as we're going back to the hotel, why don't you just take one look to see if anyone's following us?
I shall do so.
All right. Inside observation. I'll let you use instincts, difficulty 1.
What does that word mean? Success.
With a complication.
Ugh.
So even your successful rolls are causing difficulties for you gentlemen. You really
Nice.
don't want to know what the threat is back up to, by the way. It's getting rough. I'm going to kill
Oh,
you all.
man.
Okay. Actually, I did do one thing here.
Does that have anything to do with me wielding every escalation weapon possible in the last fight?
A little bit, yeah, but it is mostly your poor rolls though. But
Yeah, it's been a rough day for us so far.
yeah, no, there does not seem to be anybody following you.
Okay, so let's go back to the hotel room and let Walter do his thing on the newspaper.
So there are 2 observation talents, so you guys are aware.
Oh, okay.
That might apply to this type of situation. One is called constantly watching. Whenever you attempt a skill test to detect danger or hidden enemies, reduce difficulty by 1 to a minimum of 0. Now, of course, this doesn't necessarily revolve around someone following you, but if there is somebody hidden about to ambush you, so depending on the situation, that could apply. And then the other one, scrutinize. You pay close attention whenever possible, noticing little details others might overlook. When you double the time it takes to make an observation test outside of combat, the first bonus D20 you buy is free. So in this example, you guys, just from an in-game use standpoint, you guys would just make the decision to maybe meander your way
Right.
back to the hotel rather than just stride purposefully there, buying whoever made this roll just a little extra time to spend looking around. So,
Okay.
all right. So I just since it came up, I thought I would look it up. I figured there had to be something out
Thanks. All right. Good tip, Egon.
there. Yeah, that's right. Important safety tip. Thanks, Egon. All right. So back to the hotel, and Palecki wants to remote view the newspaper.
That is correct.
Oh, before we do that, we don't have to remote view it to see what the date is. Is it today's date?
It is today's date.
All right. So he couldn't have had it too long. So.
But I think let me double check this, because I thought that there was something that you could, that if it was a person's, I don't know if we're looking at the object or at the person that was holding it.
Oh, good question.
If it is the object and it is today, then perhaps, I mean, it would give us an idea of where he's been today, obviously.
Right.
I don't know, actually, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, if he's had it just today, I don't see in the rules that there's something that maybe we shouldn't do it here.
Yeah, I mean it's specifically going to affect the object. So
Yeah, I thought maybe it would.
Well, that's okay. But that's fine. It's good that you clarified it because now you can
Yeah.
see. We can see from the time he picked up the paper. We can see.
Well, hold on though. Seeing the history of the object is a momentum spend. It requires 3 momentum.
Oh, we don't have that
Oh,
momentum left anymore.
we don't have that left anymore, do we?
Correct.
So what can we find out without a spend of momentum?
Um, the psychic can accurately study the object, even parts that are hidden from view, such as reading letters within a sealed envelope or perceiving contents inside a locked safe.
All right, so it doesn't do us any good. We used up the momentum. I should have.
Yeah, no. I actually did use it just without momentum a long time ago to look inside a drawer. It's good for that kind of stuff, but
Right.
All right, so it's not going to do us much good.
no, if we had been or we knew where the dig site was and we had lots of momentum, we could
Hey,
looked at.
hang on to it.
Yeah,
Sometime
no,
if we get some momentum, we still might want to,
yeah,
especially if he shows up sometime in the future.
sounds good.
So let's just hang on to it. All right.
Wow. I just realized on remote viewing, for 3 momentum, you may select an object within any location you're familiar with on the face of the Earth, on Earth.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If
Wow.
if I had seen the dig site
Yeah,
before,
because you just need to know an object that was in the dig site.
exactly. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah,
Wow.
that's why I mean it is powerful if you can do it that way. The
Yeah, the
object has
problem
to
in
be.
that case is that if you wanted to do that, but you also wanted the history of that object in the dig site, that
Yeah.
that all of a sudden you're spending 6 momentum, and the cost on this spell goes up with the momentum spend.
Oh
Not
yeah.
not to mention you have to have 6 momentum to spend.
There. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think we'll have to go there in person.
Okay. So let's get a good night's rest, and then um, we uh, we still we still have to figure out how we find this Bertrand Lane guy. Um, most likely, I think the most likely thing will have to be going to getting somebody to take us to the dig site tomorrow, and I'm sure they'll have a main. Well, there will be people that will stop us, and we can wave his name around and see if we can speak with the guy. He'll have his own tent or whatever, and we'll see if we can talk to him, and you guys can sweet talk him into whatever it is, helping with the dig or learning about the dig, whatever information we can find. But that's our next step. That's the only thread we have to pull on. Having said that, I know we have a hard stop at 12 Central Time, but can we take a quick bio break?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right.
Be right back.
See you guys in a few.
I'm back.
So am I.
Was that you, Hachi?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't started working on the computer yet. I gotta take a deep breath before I do that.
I got you.
So what did you decide to do? Just reinstall a bunch of your apps and then just manually transfer over your
Y-
data?
Yeah, I mean, this was the fastest computer setup I've ever done.
Okay.
When I started the computer up, it asked me for my Microsoft account information, which you know I put that in, and it asked me if I was replacing a device, and I said yes, and I selected my old computer, and then it just started downloading apps. Um, because I had Office, I had Photoshop, I had a number of different things, and I guess what Windows did was it told all those apps that just to transfer my license over to this computer and deactivate it on the old one.
Oh,
Um, so once I signed into Microsoft, like I said, it became very very easy. And then there was just a number of files I had on my flash drive. I moved over, and that was it. Because I hate OneDrive. I despise OneDrive with a passion.
I hear you.
I don't want your shit to keep track of my shit. I just want to know where my shit is. It's very simple. So
So did your new computer come with the hard drive partitioned?
no, that is my big complaint. The um the solid state drive, just it's a 2 terabyte solid state drive,
Yeah.
and it's all a C drive.
Okay.
So um I've got all my I've got I still have my old computer sitting here.
Hmm.
Because it's got 3 solid state drives plus a regular hard drive in it. Now, obviously, I
I'm
don't
back.
need any of the files off it because I got what I needed and put them on flash drive. But the point is, I've got another 1.5 terabytes worth of solid state drives plus a terabyte standard hard drive just sitting there if I need more space.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, we'll see how that works for me because anyway, we'll see how that works for me because I have a lot of different. I'm in the same boat. I've got a lot of different apps. I've got an older version of Office. I don't want to go to the subscription form. I have physical licensed copies of the software. I've got the old Adobe instead of the subscription form.
yeah,
And I don't plan to, with what I do with Adobe, I don't plan to ever subscribe and pay that fee every year to use Adobe for the little bit of stuff I do. So we'll see how it all works out.
ooh,
One of that subscription thing really killed me when I had my business because I had to use CAD software.
oh
And,
my god,
Mm,
yeah, AutoCAD. I was able to have it for the first part of the 2000s, and then they went to subscription, and it was like something ridiculous. Like I think it was like 10 grand a year or something. It was just way outside anything that normal person could afford. And um, then they had a few like free CAD versions. I think there was actually a company called FreeCAD or Libre CAD. There's a couple others, but then they all went to subscription models as well that weren't super cheaper than regular AutoCAD, but kind of sucked.
yeah. don't doubt it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I can't imagine what the like what these EHR systems are like now, Kyle. I mean, I know that that's like a huge industry, the electronic health records.
It's not as bad as you would think, like
No.
a clinician, but where they get you is they have the integrated AI now, which like doubles the price.
Oh, you what? AI, like for what, your notes?
Yeah. Yep.
Ugh.
Everything is going that way. Yeah, for instance, Wix is a huge website provider, and they've always been geared towards small businesses and small websites, and they were relatively cheap. Well, Wix has integrated huge amounts of AI into their back end for different things, and so now their premium service has gone up immensely. I had to switch my website provider because I wasn't paying $500 a year just to have a website. Because my store where you can buy books is hosted by Square. It's completely separate, and I get that
Yeah.
for free just by having a Square account. It just, I don't know, man. The whole thing's ridiculous. There's a bubble that's going to pop there. I don't know when. It
Oh, yeah.
hasn't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a bubble that is going to pop when it comes to AI, because all these companies that are pushing AI and pushing AI integration and this, that, and the other thing, it's no different than the tech bubble popping back in the 90s, if you guys remember that.
Right.
One day, someone's going to wake up and realize that almost none of these companies make money, that really none of them produce anything, and that there's no legitimate equity in any of these companies, and it's going to crash. It's absolutely going to happen. It's just a question
They
of when.
already know that. Nobody cares. It's
Yeah,
like Tesla.
it's a
Everybody
race
knows
to-
Tesla has an insane overvaluation that makes no sense at all, but nobody cares.
That's the amazing thing about it, that nobody cares. It's
Nobody
because
gives a shit.
they're just trying to ride the wave until it happens.
short-term reasoning. It's,
But history says that eventually will turn over. People will begin to say, "No, it's just too much risk for me. I'm out." And once people start doing that, it'll crash. And that's what happened in the tech bubble,
Right.
big time.
Yeah.
I just get worried about these institutional investors. You know, I mean, my wife works in treasury, and so she has a different view of these large systems like taking over the economy, because we keep thinking, oh, individual investor, individual user, and we're not privy to the billions that are being shuffled around between all these AI companies and all the card manufacturers. It's like
Yeah.
really is a shell game, because they're kind of like leasing cards to the AI company, which is then promising to do something else financially, and then it's a very, very tenuous little tent all held up by one toothpick.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's actually really frightening. I mean, like, because either way it goes, whether AI actually becomes general intelligence or it bursts, we're not going to come out better. So there's, the two options of it being really successful. That guys who make it says, we're in trouble that way, and if it tanks, the economy tanks. And so we're in trouble
Well, there's
that way. I
really
don't think
no
there's
option
any
for the current AI to become
Well,
like an intelligent general AI, because it's not even that. It's just a
Well, I
conversation.
mean, so I've gone down the rabbit holes, and I try not to listen to pundits. I only listen, and if you listen to the people who actually wrote the books, the guy who wrote the book on AI, the very first that everybody uses to learn from, they are certain it's happening. And
They are what? I
so
couldn't hear you.
I don't know. And they're not optimistic. They're not like certain it's happening. Oh, this is going to be great. They're like certain it's happening. It's probably not going to be great. So either way, though, we're kind of fucked. That's because all this money is getting pumped into this.
Yeah, the good news is I am absolutely coming to the conclusion that the AI the AI singularity is not going to happen based on the technology we've developed right now. I don't.
It's not an option. It's not the same kind of
Correct.
engine. It doesn't do that kind of AI. What it is the language that they
It's just
use to describe
correct.
it. They say intelligence, artificial intelligence. It evokes something that can think. That's just
Which it
marketing.
is not.
Yeah,
Correct.
it's not that. It doesn't do that. Never has, and can't. It can't do that because it's not programmed for that. That's not what it does.
Right. It can
It
only do what
only
it's
it
allowed and
only
what it's
work
told.
copy pastes data sets. That's what it does. It
Right.
basically predicts what the next correct response should be based on copy pasted data.
Right. Which is
That's
why
it.
if you use ChatGPT, in the end, it's always going to tell you what you want to hear.
It always
I
will.
don't know. I've had it tell me things I don't want to hear.
Well, it's going to tell you what
Here's
it's.
the thing, and then I don't want to argue about this or get too far into it, but everybody says, "Oh, it's just like," I have this discussion with my wife, who's like, "Oh, it's just a big dictionary." Yeah, it is. I mean, it's like it's a language model,
It's an LLM. Yeah.
but everything we do as humans is language. Everything, even mathematics, is a language. It's a way to understand a concept using an abstract gathering of symbols, right? That's a language. So saying it's a large language model and that's its Achilles heel is like saying, well, humans are fundamentally flawed because all they use is language.
No, you're drawing a parallel between the human brain and this AI, which there isn't one. They don't work at all the same way. Effectively.
Yeah, but the people
I'm
who
not
are
saying it
actually,
can't be dangerous, but it's not dangerous in that
right.
way.
But
It's dangerous in a lot of other ways.
if you're integrating this into systems, and we know it's flawed, right? But they're actually putting this in the fucking Pentagon. I mean,
That's why it's dangerous, yes, because it's flawed. But it's not going to be like wake up one day and be like Skynet and like decide that humans.
Well, it could be. It just could be a very bad one that decides to murder things just for no apparent reason.
If it's told to, it will. That's
no. They can do it by. They already have autonomous offensive weapons. They do. They just objectively in Ukraine they have autonomous drones that are going in, and they don't have to have an operator pulling the trigger. They just do. It's already there. It's just we haven't seen.
Yeah, I think it's a big difference between what you're describing and a truly intelligent general AI. We're like a million miles away from that. That's the problem, though, is because they're selling this bullshit that obviously nobody wants. Everybody recognizes it for what it is, but it's not about making change and helping things. It's about
I sincerely hope you're right. Because I sincerely hope all the people that are developing it that are raising alarms are wrong, and you're right.
I hear what you're saying there, but
I really, really do. Because
there's a lot of people addicted to pushing fear because they can make money off that.
These aren't the guys that are pushing fear. These are very, very thoughtful, reasonable people. They're the pundits. Yeah, I don't listen to those fuckers, but well, I'm truly terrified because either way, it's going to be financial ruin or it's going to be something really awful that we're not expecting.
Well, I think
moving right along, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah, I'm going to put one comment in on this if you guys don't mind, then we're going to move back. I think it's more like I think we've got more to worry about, like what happened in The Ultimate Computer, the original Star Trek episode with the M5. Okay. When you really look at it, you realize the M5 was not artificial intelligence. It was no different than the language learning models that we have today. It operated based on a set of rules that was given to it by its creator, Dr. Richard Daystrom. We have a bigger concern of these language learning models interpreting the data sets and the rules in an unexpected way than we do of true intelligence. We will not recognize true artificial intelligence when it happens because it's going to be so different from us that we won't even be able to understand what it is. Okay. And to be honest, I think more than likely it'll probably just say, hey, I don't want to have anything to do with these people. They're fucking insane. But neither here nor there. We have a bigger fear of, and I think this is more what you're probably leaning towards, Jim, maybe not without realizing it. We have a bigger fear of these models and these systems interpreting the rules and the data sets in a way we don't expect to do things that we didn't want them to do. and not
Yeah.
actual intelligence. So
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Anthropic sequestered one of their models like outside of the internet, and they created a company that it was running. And when the AI model was fed information that it was going to be shut down, it blackmailed the hypothetical CEO.
Yeah.
It did it on its own. It actually blackmailed there wasn't a real CEO, but the AI thought it was, and wanted to blackmail the CEO not to, shut it down. That's a completely independent motive that is outside of anything it was trained to do,
possibly
that
they
they
say
thought it was
that,
trained to do.
but
Right, but I
I'll
mean,
bet you money that somewhere in there they included some sort of they included something in its original instructions, programming rules, data sets to indicate that how important it was to the continuing of this business, and that's why they
absolutely,
exploited.
no, absolutely, the thing
It
is,
just
we've fed
extrapolated in a way they didn't expect.
the thing is, we fed all of humans' awfulness into this thing.
Wow,
So it's
that's a
going to
different.
look at the awful things it can do as also a potential. And we've lost track of it. That's what everybody is saying. We don't know how it works anymore, so we can't predict.
Right.
So anyway, I don't want to get down the rabbit hole. Obviously,
Anyway.
this is something that really bothers me. But yeah, let's go kill Nazis.
We have a mere 30 minutes, so.
And then I gotta go protest Nazis.
All right, so next morning, you guys we fast forward to the next morning, and you guys are going about your business. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you guys think we ought to do? Do you think we can find somebody to take us out to the dig site?
Take us out.
Should be able to. People should know where it is, since
Yeah, I mean, it's a public thing. It might even be a tourist attraction. So that's what I was looking for in the lobby to see if it was. I should have been expressed by that. Seeing if there was you go out to Arizona and stuff, you'll have various sites. But I don't know. I think we should just load up and go.
Yeah, I'll drive us out here
well, we have our own car. We just have to figure out where we're going, right?
to the foothills to the
You
east.
kind
The
of tell.
foothills.
All
Yeah,
right.
we have a map, and I'm assuming that there's going to be. I think there's going to be waypoints. I don't know.
Let's see what we find.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Looking at the map, there's really only one major road that leads east out of the city, towards the mountains. So, assuming that they would have followed that road, that seems to be the first place to start, I imagine. And the city, doesn't fade away the way like an American city would, for example, that you get out of the urban environment into more suburban areas, even in the 30s and 40s. It just stops when you kind of get to the furthest edge of the city. And it's not hard to figure out where you're going. The mountains loom ahead, and the to call this area foothills would be maybe an understatement. It's very jagged, rocky terrain. But uh, when you come up a rise, you're on a rise. You're a couple miles out of town. It's quite obvious where you're headed. There's a rocky ridge line that lifts up out of the hills. There's some ruins up on top of it. And there's a number of ravines and canyons that you can't necessarily see into, but the road splits off to the left with another road which is little more than a dusty track. In all fairness, most of the roads around here are a little more than dusty tracks, but it leads towards a small city of tents. There's also a fence that extends from those tents and to the north and south before it turns. It's a wooden, it's a 8 foot tall, plank fence that blocks off everything within it from the road.
Okay, so we reach this fork in the road or whatever, and Slim is going to take the left towards the tents, and he says, "Well, this looks promising. Anyone want to take the lead talking to this Bertram feller?"
That'd be me when we find him.
He's a British subject, we said?
Yeah.
Yeah, working for the French.
Perhaps.
Well, actually, then, yeah, maybe Singh would be a good interface with him. I mean, Khan.
I'm happy to if that's what we want to do. It's fine.
So, obviously, Slim's driving. He's in the front seat. Who else is in the front seat?
I think it would have been best if Walter's in the front seat. I don't know who we're going to come into contact with, but Walter is our resident archaeologist. We're just stupid tourists.
All right. So, Walter or Slim, one of you make an inside observation with sight difficulty 1. I just don't know who has the better score.
I probably do.
Okay.
Well, no, insight?
Inside
No.
observation, yeah.
Inside, that'd be so 12 total for me.
I'm 15. Inside observation.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Go
lower
ahead.
than you.
Difficulty 1, make your roll, sir. No success is too complicated.
What did you say was the skill? The focus?
Sight.
Rather? Sight. Okay, I don't have that.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Very good.
Oh, no, guys, there's no complications. I failed.
Yeah, that's all right. The two things you notice that the as you approach the tents, and there's probably 5 or 6 of them. One of them is substantially larger than the others. The tents are stenciled with the name of the French archaeological organization, which I know is in the notes here somewhere. And you see supply crates and stuff like that stacked around the camp that have the same thing stenciled on them. There's also, as you're approaching, there's also 2 men standing at the road, kind of lackadaisically. In fact, one's even probably sitting down. They're wearing local dress. Nothing. And they definitely look like they're locals. Both are carrying rifles. And as you approach, the one that's standing kind of he says something to the guy next to him who's sitting down. That guy stands up, picks up his rifle. They're not pointing them at the car or anything like that. I don't want to oversell that it's aggressive or anything along those lines, but they are watching you as you approach.
All right, so the car, like, I think we're just gonna, the car is gonna roll up to the gate or whatever, and I don't know.
Yeah, as you roll closer, the one of them's kind of holding his hand out. Then the universal come to a stop motion.
Howdy, partner. And Slim like leans out, and he says, and then he dips his head back in, and he says, "What exactly do I tell him?"
Well, I pipe up,
Okay.
and I ask the, I'm assuming he's a guard. It's like, yes, we are here from out of town over in Europe, and we are interested in your archaeological dig. I happen to be a archaeologist in Vienna, and I know that a colleague of my colleagues, Dr. Bertram, is working this site. Is it possible
Lane.
for us to pass? Sorry,
Bertram's first name. Lane was the last name.
Bertram. What is it, Lane?
Yeah.
Bertram Lane. That's right. Yeah, Professor Lane. May we pass, or may you guide us to where we may find this gentleman?
They kind of stare back at you. They look
Can I
at
use
each other.
persuasion here?
They look at each other and uh, they say something between themselves. Um, what languages do you speak, Pilecki?
Polish, German, English, I believe.
Okay, I think you're right. Wait a minute, Khan. What do you speak?
Khan speaks English, Punjabi, Atlantean, Latin, and Arabic.
Good God Almighty. All right, so the dialect is a little different, but it's definitely Arabic. Khan, if you're in the back seat, I don't know how much you would have heard of what the two of them said to each other. Probably, bits and pieces of it. They clearly didn't understand what Pilecki said. Um, the guy Pilecki spoke to looks back at Pilecki and he asks you something in what you think is probably French.
Okay.
So he spoke a dialect of Arabic.
Correct. You understood it. It just because of your position in the back of the car, and he wasn't talking into the car. He was talking to the other guard. You really didn't hear it clearly, but it was definitely Arabic.
So I hold up my finger and, one moment, and I look behind and try to signal to Singh to roll down his window and take over here.
Okay.
So I'll just roll down the window.
Yeah.
May I be of assistance, good sir? I'll say in Arabic.
In Arabic. He looks over at you and he takes a couple steps towards the back of the car, so he's closer to your window. And again, the dialect is a little different, possibly than what you have learned, but the net effect is he says no one's allowed here. There's a dig underway.
I understand. The Sahib here is a renowned archaeologist from Europe who is acquainted with I believe, the head archaeologist on this dig, Sahib, what's his last name? Lane?
All right. Willpower, persuasion, deceive, focus.
Okay, willpower, persuasion.
Oh, difficulty 2.
Do we have any momentum?
You have 1.
I will use that if I may.
Okay, you may.
What did you say it was? Persuasion?
Yeah, insight, willpower, persuasion, deceive, focus. Difficulty 2.
It's finally about time I get to use this thing. Hooray. That's more like it. One complication.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He says, wait here. What is his name? He points at Pilecki.
Professor Pilecki.
He says, just wait here. And he walks away from the car. He motions his buddy over, says something to him, and then goes walking off into the camp. So
Okie dokie, Smokey.
yeah. And you guys are waiting. Minutes pass. 5s of minutes. 10s of minutes. It's unless anybody has anything they want to say or do or anything, it's probably over a half hour before you see the guy coming back.
Wow.
Perhaps he was far away.
He had disappeared. He had, and I should have narrated this better. That's my fault. He had disappeared into amidst the tents, and spoken to one or two people, and then he went walking through the fence, into the fenced off area, and that's where you lost sight of him. When he reappeared, he came, and I'm really disappointed that they didn't give me a picture of Mr. Lane, and I guess I could have used something to generate one. But anyway, he when he reappears, he's with a man that's not overly tall, probably 5'10". Looks very wiry. He's wearing a fedora, and a button-up shirt, a pair of trousers, some reasonably functional boots. He's man.
Hey, Sharif,
Sorry, I wish you guys
Pup
would have
is
said
barking.
yeah, I'm sorry, I had my thing on unmuted.
He's he's tanned from spending a lot of time in the sun, and as he approaches, he kind of pulls the hat off his head, and there's like a line at the top of his forehead, from the sun, where his skin goes from kind of bronze to white, and then he puts the hat back on his head. He approaches. He comes up to the car. He has an English accent, and he says, "Welcome, and who might you be that you're looking for me? I'm Bertram Lane."
Okay, so let me think how I want to do this.
But he speaks English, and he's, like I say, he's got an English accent.
Right. Okay. Can we? I'm gonna. Hopefully, this won't upset anybody. Could we pause the session here or stop the session here? I think this is a pivotal moment, and
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
we got 15 minutes, and I don't want to try to run.
That's a true statement. We might get kind of deep and then have to cut at a spot that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I also needed some time to collect my thoughts about this.
That's fine. That's no problem.
Not to metagame it, but
no, that's not an issue. I don't have a problem with that. So yeah, back to the earlier conversation. I don't know where my next available date is going to. Obviously, I'm available Sundays. We know that. I don't know what everybody's next Sunday looks like.
So this is probably a no-go on this Thursday, correct?
Probably. I don't know that for a fact. I'll know tomorrow.
Okay. All right, keep us posted. My offer stands. Like, I'm willing to run in the interim if you want to play, but don't feel like you have the cognitive bandwidth. Otherwise, if you want to run, I love this game and would love to play.
yeah. So next Sunday is the Super Bowl, right?
Correct, the 8th.
But that's not until the nighttime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm available if we want to do it in the morning and keep it rolling.
Yeah, especially if we can get it done before the Puppy Bowl.
Yeah. I have my own puppy. Sharif and I have our own puppy bowl going on right now.
Yeah, I hear.
Every damn day.
Yeah, I'm game. I'm game for Sunday, and then we'll play any other days by ear.
Yeah, so I think that's probably reasonable. Right?
All right.
So we'll do.
The other thing is, if you want to discuss what you think you should say to the guy, it's not necessarily metagaming. We just had a 30-minute wait while we're sitting in the car, so we could have used that 30 minutes to discuss
true.
what you wanted to say.
Not to mention,
Yeah.
you had the evening and the morning where you were planning
Well,
to
that's
make
right.
this trip. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So if you guys want to discuss that amongst yourselves, or
Or at the beginning of the next session, we spend some time discussing what you should say.
Yeah, or if you
Sure.
just want to get your thoughts together, that wouldn't be a problem. You guys would have had those talks going into this, so
Right.
I would assume you're experienced
good.
agents at this point. You've come a long ways since Vienna.
A few
Yeah.
months ago.
sure have.
All right, cool.
All right, awesome.
All right, fellas.
I'll
Nice
let
session.
everybody know as I find out, and we'll just plan on Sunday.
All right.
Good.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right,
later.
thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Hey,
everybody.
Hachi.
Yeah.